As the Games of Sochi come to a close, we find ourselves thinking of dogs and underdogs, of the teenaged and the middle-aged, of Dutch on skates and Norwegians with guns, of winning outfits and losing ones, of Olympians who won in threes and those who won in twos, and of a single stout Canada red goalpost. And I think of a cow. Let's call her Besichka. 5.5 years ago, before the Winter Olympics turned Sochi into a name recognized around the world, the venue clusters on the Black Sea and in the Caucasus Mountains were just holes in the ground, and the road between them wasn't much more than a cow path. Literally, as SI photographer Bob Martin and I discovered when we hit the brakes to avoid hitting her. To properly assess these games, we have to remind ourselves where they began. And for all the early grumbling about half-baked hotels, Besichka is a symbol of how huge an accomplishment it was to build an Olympics from scratch. By this standard, Sochi succeeded with flawless transport and cheerful volunteers. And the Games went off without the security breach the world had feared. For that, Vladimir Putin will top the podium with most Russians. But the host country lost its grip on these games midway through their second week, around the time Finland bounced Putin's hockey team from the medal round. A Cossack was filmed using a bullwhip on members of the Kremlin's nemesis, the punk band Pussy Riot. At the same time, the Moscow-supported government of nearby Ukraine turned violently on its own people. The grandees of the IOC preach that the Games shouldn't be ensnared in politics, but so long as they're an advertisement for the country that hosts them, the Olympics can't help but invite the judgments of the world. In the end, people will make their own assessments of Putin's Russia and of just how welcoming Sochi is, or isn't. They'll decide whether it's a place they'd want to visit for the hot or the cool, or whether you can have it.